I want to continue our story with our sisters, the Daughters of Mary Immaculate, the FMI sisters, from the beginning and through some of their development as a religious congregation. Founded in 1912 by Bishop Louis Coupe to be a core of evangelised women within the vicariate, and to see some of their development. This is Mission Live. You're with Roger from the MSC Mission Office. In the beginning, of course, in forming a new group, there has to be someone who has experience and knowledge of religious life and be able to guide and direct the development. So the Daughters of Our Lady of the Sacred Heart, the old sisters who were there, Germans, undertook this role to guide and direct the new group. And this continued for quite some time. Until in 1967, I think the first began in 2012 and then took some time before the first sisters were professed. So by 1967, they had 65. I'm sorry, I got all my dates wrong. 1962 was their 50 years jubilee, and at this time the congregation became a diocesan congregation with the new constitutions, and the sisters took final vows. Up until then, they were not taking final vows. They only continued to take temporary vows. And so now they took final vows, and so this was a great time of rejoicing for them and a big step forward, and they had a new constitution. Now 1962, that was the time of the beginning of the Second Vatican Council. So after that, 1967, and after that, the renewal of the church, a lot of the sisters were encouraged to do further courses as teachers, nurses, pastoral workers. And some other congregations in Papua New Guinea who were what we call local congregations, and these were the Rosary Sisters in Madang, and the another congregation around Wewak. They started sending some of their sisters to do training courses, and some of them came to Rabaul because there was a teachers college there and there was a nursing training school there right at Vinapopi, and some of these sisters lived with the FMI sisters, but at that stage the FMI sisters were not allowed to do any of these further courses. And this was perhaps the paternalistic influence of particularly the bishops, the clergy, the church around Rabaul at the time. Just a fact of history. They were not allowed until a couple of them, I suppose still fairly young sisters but a bit courageous, asked if they could go and do courses, which they did. And so they went to do some further studies and to go and see other places and to open their minds and to learn more. So some of them went to the Philippines for training and education in 1978-79, and some of them went to Port Moresby and Australia for training, and these became lecturers at the Caballo Teachers College as time went on. So there was an opening up of new training. Now also in 1979, following on this sort of development, they had again, some of them who were at the foremost of this training asked that they have a general chapter. Up until that time they hadn't had a general chapter. It was deemed that they didn't need a general chapter. And the old sisters were still at least nominally in charge, although some of them said they weren't They were sort of in charge, but they weren't interfering in any way in the running of the order or the day-to-day operation. So in 1979 they had a general chapter and elected their own superior. The old sister, who was the last one there guiding and directing him, she facilitated this chapter, and her sister Paula was elected the first PNG Superior General. This was a very big move in the development of the group, and this is the way mission goes, that things grow and develop, different influences come in, change the perception of people, change the nature of things, and the group moved on to another part of their history. And this is what mission is about, as we continue to grow and develop the mission that Jesus has given us. Thank you for being with us.